trying to run it because there's a lot of kids, man, they don't understand. Well, man, if I tell, no, it's all right, you can tell, man.
And you may be running for alderman too.
Just so I'm trying. I'm working with some people now. I'm trying.
All right.
I'm trying. So be prepared.
Captain Terry, Mr. Bradley. You know, I want to ask you, if somebody, you know what, nobody said they saw what was going on when your son got shot. If somebody may be watching this that saw it, I'm pretty sure somebody saw it, what would you say? Talk to them. Well, they should turn this person into the police or whatever. Talk to them.
I would say, it's not, I don't have a reward right now, but the reward that you're going to get is going to be much more greater. It might be greater than than you could ever imagine. It might save your cousin, someone you love, your baby, your son, your future grandkids. You see what I'm saying? It's not only money. That's where you get caught up, with the money thing. Turning somebody in. If you could turn this person in that did this to my son. And other people, kids and daughters and loved ones, the reward is not only, money. It's going to be greater than money. It's going to be another life that you saving.
Let me tell everybody again.
Life you may say it might be your own.
That's
yes.
right.
Yes, and let me tell everybody again, this is a live call-in show. Please call in with your questions and comments. Now, Mr. Morris, what would even make somebody join the GDs, the Gangster Disciples, the Latin King? What? It's insane to me.
First, let's start off with this. Gangs didn't start out to be gangs. They started that way. They started off trying to help the community when they first started. But money come into things, so with money come power. A lot of people got into the gangs not understanding what they was doing. They got into it, thought they was, we gang banging this our block, you come on our block, we gonna beat you down.
Yeah.
So if you notice, it's steady progressive from a beat down to a good fight, to a bricks and sticks, to chains, to knives, to guns.
Exactly.
But now the little kids, see, you gotta look at it. If I see you selling drugs and I'm standing around and watching you all day long selling drugs, I think that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at you as the superstar of the neighborhood. If I see the gang, may you be GD, BD, Insane, anything, wherever you may be, if I see this what you're doing, I think you're the superstar of the neighborhood. So I want to do this.
Okay.
Half the kids now, because you live in GD neighborhood, that don't make you no GD.
Okay.
Because you live in a Latin King neighborhood, that don't make you no Latin King.
Okay.
You just round in the neighborhood.
Right.
Them old cats, they went through a lot of stuff to do what they doing. That's why a lot of them right now done changed.
Okay.
Because the young cats now coming up right now, Mr. Bradley, if you only know out there on the street, they don't care, man. If they don't have no respect for their mom and father, how to have respect for me and you?
Hey, I was on the streets today, where young boys walked past a lady disrespectful, said, look at her booty. I said, come on, man, this is a lady.
That's right.
But you know what? We got some callers on the line, and you know what? I'm going to get to you next. But next caller, go ahead and beat the drums, caller.
Good evening, gentlemen.
We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a guy. First of all,
okay.
I'm scared of the mentality some of these youngsters have today, and the mentality they seem to have, if you're not strong enough to keep it, I can take it, including your life, whatever. And it's scared, it's kind of scary dealing with people like that. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We barely hear you, though, but go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, turn it up in the back, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You talking about that no snitch, whatever? Now, you're right, but the problem is this, okay? Now, if I go out there and I tell whatever, is the police going to come protect me? Are they going to be able to protect me when I go to the store, go protect my family and all that?
Yeah.
I don't see the police protecting people who snitch. They're so busy, instead of wanting to get the information, they want to know who you are and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
If you could just give the information, that's no problem, whatever. But like I said before, if I snitch, are they going to protect me?
Okay.
My family, my home, You know, they don't do that.
Okay, I got you. You know what? I'm gonna call you alderman already. I'm gonna have the alderman address that. Then I got a question for you. Okay.
This to the caller. You talking about if you snitch. Now, if somebody killed your family if somebody killed your family and know who it was, when you want them to tell, it ain't the point of snitching or stop snitching. They got a 1-800 stop snitching thing. You don't have to tell your name. The people don't have to see you. They don't have to do nothing. See, it boils down to when the kids after the day, they parents ain't taught them right. Yeah. It ain't the streets, it's they parents. If they parents ain't taught them right, they ain't gonna do right. Period.
You wanna respond to that?
Well, I would love to respond to it. It's that, scared. Cowards.
Punks.
Cowards that did it, cowards that don't want to turn them in.
Okay.
So it's a no-win situation.
Okay, you know what? Next caller, go ahead and beat the drums, caller.
Hold up.
We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay, I just wanted to say about the initiation in the gang.
Okay.
It used to be that they would have to fight each other.
Yes.
Or you would fight the guy that wanted to join, and he would prove his worthiness. I mean, it was internalized. And I wanted to say something about the money thing, too. It was also a thing where whoever made the most money selling the most dope or whatever. I mean, coming back up in my time around 15, 20 years ago when I was out there, it was like that.
I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Let me tell you this here. Some members of the mobs, gang, whatever y'all want to call them, they make their own rules up. Trust me, they make their own rules. Some of the stuff that you would jumped in and all that, that's not true. I don't been around a whole bunch of them. I never seen nobody jumped in. Cause you made the most money, you just made the most money. It ain't cause you made the most money that you was the big hat. It's just like the Senate and the representative. It's offices. Everybody have an office. If you can't hold your office, you can't hold your office.
And Terry, I want to ask you, and then I'm going to go to the caller. Talk to the young man that's thinking about getting in the gang right now. Talk to him.
Well, you got to stand for, stand up and be, something that's positive in this life, if you stand for something negative, you're going to fall for anything. That's anything that comes your way.
Words of Malcolm, no doubt.
Yeah, you're going to fall for anything, and if it's not, if you don't get killed, it's going to be, you're going to wish you was dead.
Okay.
Trying to, take somebody's life, you get away. If you get away, you get away only in your mind. It's someone always higher and know better.
You can't get away from, you may get away, but you can't get away from God.
That's right.
As I say, Allah, God, some may say Jesus.
That's
peace
right.
and blessings be upon him.
Revenge is God's.
Yes.
Is the Lord's.
Yes. So we got another caller. Next caller, go ahead and beat the drums, caller. Okay. Next question then. Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Sam, this is Gun Low. It's Cal.
All right, how you doing?
Hey, look here, Brother Morris. It's a blessing to see you, man. Doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I want to speak on, brother, talking about gangs. Man, you gotta be crazy if you talking about joining gangs. This ain't no gang.
Oh, okay, you gonna respond?
Yeah.
Okay.
To that brother Calvin, it's really not gangs no more, like it used to be. You could go in the neighborhood, you was on GD land, you was on Viceroy land, you was on BD land, you was on MC land. But now they have blocks. You ever see the Warriors? A picture called the Warriors. They had their own block.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Underground Railroad. Finally got Cliff Kelly and Father Flaker. How do you stop the crime in the community?
Stop crime the way Father Flaker does. You go out into the community, you create jobs for people. You go into these places, you're selling the loose cigarettes. You won't even hire anybody from the community.
Right.
You do what Father Flaker does.
Okay.
What he teaches all these young people.
Okay.
I think exactly what Cliff said. You got to implement in the community. You got to give people jobs. We got to demand our unemployment stop being 30%. We got to get good schools in our neighborhoods. We got to get options for our young people to do. And we got to help those coming back from prison with alternatives and sending them back to prison. We cannot think we're going to stop violence by just blaming parents and blaming neighbors and not blaming the root of the problem.
You got to get them
the Malaysia Airlines. The Malaysia Airlines, where the whole world wants to get to the root of what happened. Let's have the courage to get to the root of what violence is about.
Okay, we all watch the Underground Railroad every Saturday night at 10.
Yes, sir. Saturday night, yes, sir.
I got to get both of these guys on. I've been trying to get them for years.
I'm going to do it. We're going to both be out.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I follow you guys.
Bless you.
you don't need a ticket for that. You're going to need a ticket, and me and the alderman got it. You can get jump on. So I want to thank everybody. I want to say hi to the people in the United States, Central America, Canada, Asia, the UK, Africa, the Middle East. Left out somebody.
South America.
Yeah, South America. And you're looking at the Underground Railroad. Me and Alderman Jones, we come on every Saturday night at 10:30. So go tell a friend. And you can see me and Alderman Jones 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You know, they can see us. So I'm going to let the alderman
On what?
the political consultant, okay, Alderman Jones, and I'm going to go down the line, okay? So introduce yourself.
Well, he wanted to tell you all that we be on YouTube so that you know where to go find us. I'm the former alderman of the 15th Ward in the city of Chicago and the ward committeeman, and I am a Moorish American, and I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple, post number 1 in the city of Chicago, whose Grand Sheikh is Marcel Walter Neal. And I am the Deputy Consular General for the Moorish Science Temple and the Grand Governor.
And to the Queen, please introduce yourself. Thank you for gracing us with your presence on Underground Railroad TV show and our worldwide audience. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here.
Okay.
And my name is Mary Granville. I am pretty much into making a difference in the world, and that is through helping ladies, and as well as just by helping them helps me. I attend different meetings to enlarge my spiritual relationship as well as my relationship with others. And this has been going on for quite a while.
Yes,
today I celebrate some years that I've been into it, and today is 8 years.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been asked to come out and speak on behalf of women. That has been in my life for quite some while, during my process of change. And again, that has helped me to take a good look at what differences that I can make and not become so self-centered.
Can you explain to us, because about your organization and the background, the reason that you're here, about you changing and reforming your life? Like the Mac, there were women in circumstances that are told by their pimps, I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your everything. So can you explain to us about this? Educate us.
Well, pretty much the history
Let's
is
get personal.
The history part of this is in the beginning, but I have to apply it to myself because I have been and I've experienced some things in my life that has made my life real rocky as far as even making choices, dealing with different people that enter into my life. It started when I was young, at the age of, I say, 15 or 16.
Yes, ma'am.
There was some things going on in my life that I kept a secret. I wouldn't tell anybody, and as a result, I got a lot of pain and a lot of sickness came on behind that, because what was happening was I wouldn't tell anybody what was going on with me. So that secret caused a lot of harm done to myself as well as others, and I began to seek for a better cure, or medication, I say, and that's dealing with.
When the alderman get through, I'm gonna ask you to share some of them secrets, because some of those secrets might help somebody. But
that's
go ahead.
Right. That's right.
Go ahead, alderman.
Well, I'll try and get. She's also known as Mary G. And a lot of people who see this on YouTube will know her as Mary G.
Yes.
I'm very proud of the sister because she recovered from a street life. All right, she's hesitating, but people need to know and see her on TV, how she looks now, all right, and where she came from.
Yes.
knowing that they can do the same identical thing.
Yes.
All right, that she was once a street lady, but now she's a queen.
Thank you.
All right, because she learned that she has to go back and try and save somebody else.
That's right.
All right, and that's what she's doing now. She holds meetings with individuals in buildings, all right, in senior citizen buildings.
Yes.
Who have substance abuse problems.
Yes.
Where they can talk about it, and they can find a way so that they can do what she did. All right, ladies of the night. All right, say it that way. To get them out of that lifestyle too.
Okay.
You had a question for my brother?
How do you do that?
Well, pretty much I enlarge my spiritual maintenance. In other words, I enlarge my spiritual relationship with a power greater than myself. And because of that, I do a lot of things considering not on my own, but by faith. I've learned that through this faith that I have, it directs me and guides me and shows me what to do when situations like this occurred in my life. At first, I had noticed it. Matter of fact, I didn't believe in it. I didn't have no type of sense of direction. I was raised with it, don't get me wrong, as a child, but I grew up and I left that moral and that belief system that I was taught as a young girl.
I'm interested in, you said you had some confessions that you did not want to reveal.
Yes.
Okay, so that means you overcame and you conquered that. Can you reveal what some of those secrets are? Because those very secrets can help women that are thinking about getting into their lifestyle of being on the streets and actually having a pimp and becoming a lady of the night. Can you share?
Well, pretty much it started when I got into the drugs, introduced to the drugs.
What kind of drugs do you don't have to tell me?
I don't mind because, my honesty is what keeps me, keeping this thing up front. I had to learn to be honest with myself and others. I did crack cocaine, I drinked, and I was like on the emotional roller coaster all the time, so I couldn't make good choices in life. And one day I called out to my higher power and asked him to help me. And I said, I don't know when and I don't know how, but I know one day you're going to pull me out.
What church you go to?
I'm right now at Gospel Temple.
Where's that at?
That's right now at 2050 West Damon.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The situation occurred, like I said, when I made a choice. I was willing, as the dying can do, to make a change, even on down to the prostitution, because during the drug lifestyle, that became hand in hand. I had to go to any length to get my drugs. So I was jumping in and out of cars, making bad choices, dealing with different people, even got stuck up from the person that was supposed to give me the money and almost got killed. And I saw along the line that even having a pimp in my life didn't even make sense. At first it did, but as I continue to look over my life and I look back at it and I see where it caused a lot of harm and damage in my life.
Can you tell me something about the state that you was at? You said at first it did make sense.
Yes, it did.
Having a pimp. Can you tell me how you was rationalizing then that it made sense? Because I'm trying to configure something, and this can help somebody. Okay. Why did it make sense at first?
Because drugs played a big factor in it. Okay. And really, I can take that back just a little bit more. As a child, growing up, I had a lot of secrets going on. I was being abused as a child. Okay. And in other words, I was traumatized. So not knowing where to put these feelings and what to do with them caused me to act out. Okay. I began to run away from home. I troubled my parents. I know I did, but I didn't think so at the time because I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I was trying to find my own identity. I didn't know who I was. And once I got into the wrong type of people that were doing things that, contrary to belief, the things that I was taught as a young girl, caused me to look for it and want and some acceptance and wanted to be loved and wanted to be. I see the rejection I couldn't deal with.
So
Abandonment.
You was the lady in that picture at the beginning of the Mac, when the Mac said, you know what, I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your everything.
Yes.
You was that.